Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello and welcome to Footy Judge Mo. Thank you everybody that sent me a message or actually checked on me after the tornado that happened a couple of days. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys that checked on me, commented on a video, sent me a private message, a DM on Instagram or Twitter to check on me. I'm fine. We had a horror show for about like 45 minutes of a massive tornado here, and then a power was off for about 24 hours, and then it came back the next day. We had no signal, we had nothing here, we no electricity, power lines were down, some houses were destroyed, some roofs were destroyed, but I'm fine, my family's fine. I want to thank everyone that sent me a message, tried to call me. Appreciate you guys, but I'm fine. And we're here to talk about a couple of things. Of course, breaking news that the Zerbi is leaving Brighton by mutual consent at the end of the season after the Man United game that will be played tomorrow. Of course, a lot of people are saying he's sacked. I don't think he's sacked. I think the Zerbi has plans. And of course, you all heard that Max Allegri has been sacked by Juventus, of course. So there is that Juventus. Thomas Tuchel rejected the extension with Bayern Munich, so that the Zerbi will be there, will be negotiating with them. But in my opinion, there are other things that Man United with Ten Hag. Now there is a notion that Man United might keep Ten Hag, of course. There is the notion of this. But in my opinion, there is another thing that I wanted to talk about today. Lately, I have been hearing a lot, and I'm here to talk to Manchester City fans. I'm here to talk to Arsenal fans. There is, after tomorrow, if Arsenal win the league, if Man City win the league, no matter what, if Arsenal win the league, a lot of people will say stick to Arteta. But I promise you guys, and we're going to talk about this as well, and I'm already seeing it, right? If Arsenal lose tomorrow, there will be a lot of people that will start doubting Arteta. There will be a lot of people that will actually start doubting Arteta, that will start, rival fans will actually say, sack Arteta, he hasn't won a trophy. Big up everybody that is here. I don't know how many likes are we on. And also I want to talk about Arne Slot a little bit and what to expect from Liverpool next season, because a lot of people now are talking about Arne Slot, top four, and we spoke about this with HUSAM before. But I wanted to speak to you Liverpool fans about what to expect by Arne Slot, and people are saying top four and all this stuff, and I'm thinking no. And also I wanted to speak about Manchester City and the history that they are about to be making, the history that they were about to be making. Manchester City by winning a 4-peat. Of course, everything goes according to plan tomorrow. I'm not expecting West Ham to put in a massive performance against them. But listen, before we go on, I want you guys to hit that like button. Let's get to 100 likes. We have 150 people here, so let's get the likes up a little bit, guys. Let's get the likes up a little bit to 100 or 150. Like the video underneath your I don't need to show you. The like video looks like thumbs up underneath your live chat. Of course. So hit that like button so we can get to 100 likes right off the bat. If you're watching this on the replay, hit that like button. It's one of the solo shows that I wanted to do with you. Later, by the way, in about 4 hours, I'll have a panel show. I will schedule it in a bit. Of course, I will have Martin, Manchester City, Martin from Arsenal, Jamie Phillips, and hopefully Mohamed Salah. And we're going to have a panel show to have the final word, the final debate before the end of the season. But one of the things I wanted to speak about first, and first, thank you for everybody sending super chat. JJ, ادعي لي امتحان الفيفا للايجنتس. ربنا يحفظكم. JJ, ان شاء الله موفق باذن الله. Hopefully pray for JJ, guys. Send dua for JJ. He has an exam for FIFA, the final exam for FIFA, of course. Big up JJ, and hopefully, inshallah, things will be good. Things will be absolutely good. Thank you for sending a super chat and supporting the channel. And this show is with you guys. Let's see what you guys think about. And I'm gonna start, of course, with the Zerbi news because it's breaking news. The Deserby news, I actually think that came without a surprise. I expected Deserby to leave Brighton at the end of the season. The reason why is that every time I'm looking at Deserby's body language after the games, it didn't look like he cared. It didn't look like the guy cared. In the last game, for example, when he lost to Chelsea, I didn't think after the game he shaked hands, and I didn't think he cared. And it showed that nobody at Brighton much about where they finish and what happened and all this stuff. You know what I mean? Like they don't care as much about that. They don't care what happens. They don't care if we get top four, we get top six. I think it's all about resale the players, running the club. And as long as they are in the warm area of the Premier League, that's what they care about. The good performances here and there, beating some top teams and putting in a good performance. So actually the value of the players go up. That's what Brighton, I thought that is what Brighton model is all about, is that we're putting in good performances. You know what I mean? We're putting in some good performances. We are just putting in the players' value increase, and we can sell a couple of players at the end of the season, right? And I think that's about it. You know what I mean? Oh my god, what are you doing, bro? Just come on. What are you doing? Yes, yes. So basically, I'm just trying to text somebody. It's just gonna. It's strange to be honest with you. What is he doing, bro? What are you doing, bro? This is anyway. So basically, this is completely. I need to text somebody. Just give me a second because anyway, back to the show. Sorry, guys. I promise you. Sorry. I promise you. Anyway, so the Zerbi thing. Should he go to Man United? I think that's the main question, and I wanted to get your opinion about this. Should the Zerbi go to Manchester United? This is a massive thing. Should Man United sack Ten Hag and hire the Zerbi? I actually think yes. I'm a big fan of the Zerbi, and I think that they should absolutely hire the Zerbi before somebody else hires it. The Zerbi is a good coach, someone who can increase the value of your players, can embed a style of play actually, and that's what the Zerbi is gonna do. Did he do a good job with Brighton? Yes. At the end, they sold McAllister, they sold Caicedo, they made money. You know what I mean? They sold Trossard in January of last year, and I think the Zerbi did a good job considering everything that happened at that club with the injuries and everything. He lost a lot of games, yes, but I thought he did a good job. He did absolutely a very, very good job. That's what I think happened. Guys, let's get the likes up to 100. It's important. Let's get the likes up to 100. They made a lot of money. They made a lot of money for him. Even like I actually think that De Zerbi did a massive job at Brighton. One of the things that I wanted to mention is that I actually think that De Zerbi will go most likely to Bayern Munich, or he will go to Juventus. Juventus is a club that sacked Allegri. I'm not sure who they're gonna get, but I think he's gonna go back to Italy with Juventus, try to win the league with them, try to do something else. Unless Chelsea sack Pochettino, unless Chelsea sack Pochettino and hire De Zerbi. I don't think it's gonna happen. I genuinely don't think that will happen at all. I don't think that will happen at all at the end of the season. I don't think that. I don't think actually De Zerbi. I don't think Chelsea at this current moment will sack Pochettino. Especially he's playing the last game of the season. Chelsea are playing. Chelsea are playing Bournemouth at home. If Chelsea win that game, they will solidify their places in six, and they might actually make top five. I don't think it matters, to be honest. I don't think it matters. But I think, I think actually, um, they're gonna absolutely stick with Pochettino no matter what. That's my understanding, that they're gonna stick to Pochettino. Stick to Pochettino. That's what I think is gonna happen. I think they're gonna stick to Pochettino, and I don't see a reason for them to sack Pochettino now to hire the Zerbi. Pochettino already spent a year with them. Even though I like Pochettino a lot, I like the Zerbi a lot. I don't think it's the right thing to do now to sack Pochettino. There is, it's just my opinion. Pochettino spent a year. At the end, he's getting you six, which is where you belong, which is, I think, actually, it's a good place for Chelsea with a new team, with the injuries you had. Stick with him. He made a lot of mistakes, yes, but at the end, it looks like he got it right. It looks like he got it right. And I actually think that that is something that Chelsea need to do. The Zerbi, though, on the other hand, Man United should jump on the opportunity, Man United, hire the guy, sack Ten Hag, hire the guy. You're linked with McKenna, you're linked with Thomas Frank. Do you think these guys are better than the Zerbi? I genuinely don't think so. I genuinely don't think so. That's the Zerbi situation. The Zerbi situation is this, is absolutely this. And listen, for Chelsea next season, I think they will battle for top four, and I think Pochettino is in a good position to challenge for top four with this Chelsea squad. It will be a massive mistake if they absolutely fire Pochettino at the current moment. You aren't going to go and get Zidane. You aren't going to go and get Jurgen Klopp. You aren't going to go and get Pep Guardiola. You aren't. You are still going to get a manager that will need to start, you know what I mean, with these players. These players already back the manager. They like the manager. So stick with the guy. Why do you? A lot of Chelsea fans just want to sack the guy. Just stop it. Stop it. I think now, if he stayed at 9th, 11th, 12th, yes, but the guy is about to make 6th place. So just stick with the guy. Why do you want to sack him? There is no reason for you to sack the guy. And come on. I want to move on from that. And I think the Zerbi news is not surprising to me. I knew he's gonna leave. I knew he's gonna go to someone else. I expected it, and it happened. It's as simple as that. Let's get the likes up, people. Let's get to 100 likes. We aren't even on 100 likes. We are 88 likes. Come on, guys. Let's get to 150 likes. There is at least 100 of you that haven't hit the like yet. So the like button underneath your live chat. Thank you, Tevin, for here. Glad to see all is well with you, Mo. Alhamdulillah, everything is good. A little bit of damage on the roof that needs to be fixed. Hope the damage was minimum. Yeah, just a little bit of a damage on my roof, and I'll need to get someone to fix it. But there are a lot of people around us in communities that don't have electricity at all. They don't have power. So no internet, no cell service, no power. That's a massive deal, by the way. Imagine people living without that. Thank you, Tevin. I really appreciate the support, Tevin. Now, I want to show you guys something.
They're certain, with the age they have, with the manager they have, with they were playing the last 2 seasons, they will stay here for a long time. That's why we get the message. So, whatever happened on Sunday, if you don't, okay, we'll start to be ready to compete against with them, they will take our position. So, and because I know Mikel, I know the team, I know the Arsenal, what is the institution, and but I know Mikel. I know him inside the team. It's going to happen because he's a huge competitor.
Yeah, so this is what I wanted to. I saw this morning. And I wanted to speak about it a little bit. I don't think he's waffling, and I don't think he's speaking just for what happened. He's not playing Arsenal, and he isn't praising them for any reason. I actually think What is going to happen now is that you're going to get rivals trying to doubt Arteta, trying to shit on Arteta and what he did. Oh, he hasn't won a trophy. Yes, the main thing about the competition is to win the trophy. At the end, the ultimate goal, especially, by the way, the ultimate goal changes. And I'm going to speak about this in a bit. The last, the ultimate goal of the of any sport is to win. However, I doubt that a team like Nottingham Forest or a team, for example, like West Ham or a team like Bournemouth, their ultimate goal isn't to win the Premier League, right? Isn't to win the Premier League, right? The ultimate goal for these clubs is to get top four and improve. However, a team like Arsenal, who is considered a very, very big club, right, is actually the ultimate goal is to win the trophies. It's not about competing. Right. Big up everybody that joined from This Is Football, of course. Big up everybody. Make sure when you join in, hit that like button, people. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Hit that like button, people. Subscribe to the channel. I want to touch on a couple of things that Pep said. I know that the ultimate goal is actually to win the competition. However, you have to assess the situation of Arsenal now and see, have they improved? I'm going to stick to my word when I said in the beginning of the season. I'm going to stick to my word and I'm going to say, Arsenal, in the beginning of the season, I said, if he competes to the final day of the season, and here we are. Here we are. Tomorrow, if Man City slip and Arsenal win the title. So that is check mark. That's for Mo. I'm not an Arsenal fan. For me, that's a check mark. And they reached the quarterfinal of the Champions League. And they got knocked out by very small margins against the Bayern team that actually was on the verge of reaching the final and beating Real Madrid. And there is a controversial decision here and there, and you know what I'm talking about, the penalty for Saka. So I think actually they performed well in the Champions League. The domestic cups are different. But I actually stated in the beginning of the season, if you guys remember, that I said if Arsenal compete until the last day, which is an improvement of last season, if they keep behind Manchester City and they keep pushing Manchester City, keeping the pressure on Manchester City, and they don't collapse in the Champions League, I think he did a very, very good job, Mikel Arteta, and he improved and he progressed. However, a lot of people, and this is the thing, a lot of people will start, but the ultimate goal is to win the trophies. This is Northside, of course, and Lee, they are right. They are absolutely right. The ultimate goal is to actually win the trophies at the end. However, you got to look at context. Who's on the market now as a manager? And you have to look at who you're going to bring in, how much money you're going to spend, right? To bring in someone like, to break a contract of a Simeone. My point about that is very simple. If you sack Mikel Arteta tomorrow, right? Girona manager isn't going to Arsenal. He is bound to go to Manchester City. He isn't freaking going to. Can we be realistic? And by the way, do you think if the Girona manager, let me see the names on the market that I actually don't think, right? There is a manager now on the market that can do better, available on the market, that can do better with this team than Mikel Arteta. And I'm going to tell you one thing, including the likes of Jurgen Klopp, for example. And that's not me saying that Mikel Arteta is better than Jurgen Klopp. But Mikel Arteta has been working with this particular team for years and years. He challenged last year, right? And he challenged this year. And I actually think in the beginning of the season, they improved, right? They didn't play well, but then going towards the season, they improved. Since the Dubai thing, they have been absolutely fantastic. A lot of Arsenal fans and a lot of rivals fans will try to put the idea that Arteta has failed. I don't think he has failed. The ultimate goal is to win the trophies. However, he improved of last year. Yes, it is. He basically at the end didn't win the trophy. Has he failed? I don't think so. He has failed because he's going against Manchester City, right? And he improved of last season. That is my opinion. That is absolutely my opinion. And I'm not going to change it because I said the same. I said the same in the beginning of the season. Success is in second. But I'm going to say one thing. Do we think Aston Villa failed? I'm going to ask a question for everyone. Do we think, and I want you, yes or no, guys, am I lagging or not lagging? I want everyone to let me know. Am I lagging or am I not lagging? Yes or no question in the chat. And also, wallahi, we aren't, can we get to 150 likes? Okay, I'm not lagging. Basically, is Aston Villa fourth failure? No, I don't think. I actually think what Arsenal did, and by the way, you guys are already saying they failed. What if Man City slipped? And I'm going to say this again, if it's a small margin like this at the end of the season, if it's a small margin like this at the end of the season, right? If it's a small margin and you're still keeping the pressure, I'm going to ask you something. Can Man City tomorrow afford to lose or draw? No, I don't think they're going to lose or draw. I don't think it's an easy game and West Ham are on the beach. And I think Man City will win. But if you ask yourself a question, can Man City slip tomorrow? No, they can't. They can't. They aren't allowed to because Arsenal are going to win the game as well. My point about this, and it's very simple, and people that say, I never said that I believe that Man City will slip tomorrow. I doubt it. I think it's a 0.1%. Of course, everything can happen in football. It's a 1%. They're definitely not going to slip because they're a fantastic team. And I'm going to talk about what Man City did this season. My point about this is a lot of Arsenal fans, they're going to say, and a lot of rival fans, yes, you failed to win the league. But Arsenal pushed Man City to the end, right? Right? Push Man City to the end. I think that's by itself is a progress of last season. That's my opinion, right? My opinion. Can they win next season? Yes. Yes. They go again, they win next season. I actually don't think what Arsenal did this season warrants Arteta to be sacked because you got to be realistic. There is no manager around that is available that you're going to sit here and tell me 100% they will do better with this team. He's the one who built it. Him and Edo. He's the one who built this team. They built this team. He took Bukayo Saka when he wasn't a winger. He definitely improved this team. 100%. I 100%. I am here, sitting here and looking at this Arsenal team, and I'm thinking, should they have won a cup? Listen, I am going to tell you one thing. On footage, I don't care about the cups. I don't think cups, right? Like if Arsenal, because we have seen Man United win a Carabao Cup. Look what they are now. Why are people why do people ignore that fact? That sometimes cups aren't an indication. If Arsenal went all the way to win a cup, look, by the way, Chelsea reached 2 cup finals. And then next season, what happens with them? I actually think that Arsenal in the league, they did a very good job, right? They did a very good job. Go again next season. They're going against Pep Guardiola. And I think next season, they can win. And I'm going to tell you one thing. I think Arsenal should stick to Arteta, because I guarantee you, there is no one in the world that will tell me that there is a manager out there that will guarantee Arsenal to do better than this with this manager, with this team. Wallahi al-azim. And I'm saying this, no agendas. And my solo shows no agendas, nothing. I swear, right, that I believe inside. Like, I believe that there is no manager out there available that might do better with this team than what Mikel Arteta did this season. The last 16 games, they won 17 games. They won 15, if I'm not mistaken. Drew one and lost one to Aston Villa. I promise you, I don't see a manager out there at the current moment available doing better with this Arsenal team. Guys, by the way, we spoke about the Zerbi in the beginning, and I think he's going to go to Juventus or he's going to go to Bayern Munich. Unless Man United jump on the opportunity. And I spoke about the Zerbi before you guys joined. And can I ask you guys something? Let's get to 200 likes. I'm going back to the Arsenal talk. A lot of people, big up Lee and Northside and the guys that say go get Simeone. But who is telling you that Simeone is leaving Atletico Madrid to go to Arsenal? And for the people that say Hansi Flick, or people that say Nagelsmann after Germany, who actually Nagelsmann renewed his contract with Germany, if I'm not mistaken. Who says that they're going to Arsenal? Who says that? And I'm just going to tell you, I don't think actually Hansi Flick does better with this team. Guys, you guys don't understand. When a manager fixes a style of play and fixes a way to play and fixes everything at the way the players, you don't hear about problems. You don't hear about problems coming out of the Arsenal camp. Like the majority of the time, you don't hear about problems coming out of the Man City camp. That by itself, he's fixed the culture at the club. Him and Edo, of course, and the people that manage the club. So you want to get a new manager to build a new team, to use these players differently at the end. And then are you guaranteeing that the new manager will do better? I doubt it. Because I don't see a Pep out there. I don't see that. I don't see this. I'm gonna get the thank you, guys. Thank you so much, Mansour, for sending a super chat and supporting the channel. By the way, if you want to get involved, if you want to ask me a question, if you want me to talk about anything, that's absolutely great. That's absolutely great. But I want to do it because super chats actually drive the conversations and it supports the channel. Is top 4 and no trophy is considered an achievement? The answer, Mansour, is no. Right? It depends on the club. Like, for example, Aston Villa this season achieved, Mansour. For Arsenal, it's not an achievement. Why not focus on Cup if Pep Premier League is hard? Because I don't think the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup are an indication of how the team have progressed. Mansour, I'm answering every single part of yours. I actually think Arsenal now, imagine if Arsenal focused on the Cup and slipped in the league and the league is over in game week 35 and they won a Carabao Cup. I actually think that going toe-to-toe with Man City at the end and leaving it to the final game is better. Right? If Arsenal is a world-class club, by the way, Arsenal isn't a world-class club. I know that, and I know that people think I have an agenda. People think that Arsenal are a world-class club. By the way, not challenging, not winning a title for 20 years, not being in a Champions League final since 2006, not challenging for Champions League for a long, long time, is something that Arsenal fans need to understand. It's hard to come back from. And they are here. And I said they don't have a Champions League. Clubs, then they should not have issue finding the best manager. If Arsenal is a world-class club, then they should not have issues. I'm going to tell you the difference. If any manager comes to Man City tomorrow other than Pep, they are not going to play the same way as Pep. Why do people? It's very hard. This robotic system, this system that Arteta builds or Pep Guardiola build, Mansour, they're very hard to proceed with a different manager. They aren't in a place, you aren't like, I'm sorry, there is a difference between a Real Madrid where Ancelotti left, Zidane came, then Man City and Arsenal. I promise you this, it's different. It's different. I actually think Arteta did a good job with Arsenal this season. Should he have pushed more? Yes. Should he have won against Fulham? Yes. Or West Ham? But I can do the same, Mansour, about Man City. Should Man City won against Crystal Palace? Yes. Should Man City have won against Wolves? Yes. Yes. We can do this if he did his job. But what if actually Man City also did their job? Why we are looking at it from a very, it's not like the way to look at football is different. And Arsenal improved from last year. Improved. Improved from last year, Mansour. That's my answer to you, Mansour. You are a Man City fan and you want Arteta to be sacked. Are they going to hire Pep? They aren't going to hire Pep, ya akhi. They aren't. And I think if Arsenal sack the coach now and get a Hansi Flick, they take 2 steps back. Stephen, big up Mo Habibi, شلونك? Alhamdulillah, Stephen. Alhamdulillah, Jacob. Alhamdulillah, thank you so much. I said it since last year that Arteta will take over EPL as soon as Pep leaves. That is a big ask. I don't think that will happen. I don't think that will happen. You won't take over. Like, take over is a massive word, because I don't think there is going to be a manager that will be able to dominate the Premier League like what Pep did, which is, I'm going to come to Manchester City and we can actually do this between us, like Man City and Arsenal. I think what Man City did is something fantastic and amazing. This is Pep Guardiola is a genius, and I'm never going to change my mind about this. He's a genius. He's a genius. Pep Guardiola, the way he manages clubs and the way he builds. I appreciate you from Australia, all the way from Australia. Big up. Sean is saying, by this logic, okay, I'm going to answer all you. If you want to drive this super chat show, I'm here with you, right? By this logic, we can say the exact same thing if we don't win La Liga again next season. When are we right to demand more? I'm going to tell you, Sean. Number one, I said it, Sean, many times. Wallahi, you go back to my shows last season. I don't consider what Arsenal did at the end of the year as an actual challenge on the last day. Man City, literally, last 2 games gave up. Like Manchester City not gave up. Like they gave away the games because they didn't care. And I think the team has matured Arsenal. And I'm going to tell you this. The reason why I'm going to say next season, right, and also there is context, Sean. I'm going to tell you something, Sean. I'm going to tell you a context. I'm going to actually tell you, if Man City next season get 100 points, right, and Arsenal get 98 or 97, Yes, sack the other guy, sack the guy Arteta, sack him, because we think that there is a another manager out there that will come to the Premier League and get 100 points with this Arsenal team. Is that what you're asking? Is that the thing? I think he should get better. I think he should improve. And I'm gonna tell you something. If Arsenal next season win against Man City, get the same 4 points, Man City aren't getting 100 points. I'm telling you. If Arsenal win against Man City, Arsenal next season, instead of drawing against Liverpool, they can win against Liverpool. I don't know what is going to happen next season with Liverpool with Arne Slot. But Arsenal can improve over this season. I know that you have to demand more, but I want to ask you something. What if you get another manager and they don't win and you regress? Are you going to be patient, or are you going to sack that manager? I don't know the answer here, Sean. I really don't know the answer. But as he's improving next season, I think now you go for improving the Champions League, go to the semi-final, go to the final, maybe win the cups, which is, I don't consider the cups big, and you have to go to the final day of the Champions League again, of the Premier League again. That's my point. And I promise you, next season, Man City will be stronger, but Arsenal also will be stronger next season. They will be stronger next season. I can't read the future. I don't know what is going to happen. I don't know what is going to happen. But this notion of sack Arteta and get another manager. And I'm going to ask you something, Sean. What if is it? And I'm going to ask you something, Sean. If Man City get 98 points or 95 points plus, Sean, next season, Sean, do you believe there is another manager out there at the current moment that will guarantee you, Sean, as an Arsenal fan, over 95 points with this team from the first season, Sean? Answer me now, Sean. Answer me now. Is there a manager available out there that guarantees over 95 points with Arsenal next season with the same players, if you add couple of more players, other than Pep Guardiola? And I think the only one is Jurgen Klopp. And by the way, I'm telling you from now, Jurgen Klopp in his first season, if you hire Jurgen Klopp next season, Jurgen Klopp leaves Liverpool, and that's very unrealistic. That's a hypothetical that will not happen, Sean. He won't get 95 points with this team. He won't. He won't. And this is, by the way, I might be completely wrong, but this is what I think. And I'm not gaslighting, and I'm not doing an agenda. You know, in the solo show, I don't do an agenda. I don't do agendas. I don't do agendas in the solo show. I don't. I try not to. I say my opinion, and just my opinion only. My opinion only, Sean. Only my opinion. Wallahi, no agenda, nothing. Pep Guardiola and Manchester City will improve next season. Will improve next season. The only one from next season, right away, that is available at the current moment to challenge Pep next season is Mikel Arteta. There is no, because Simeone is not available. Xavi Hernandez might be, people might say, but Xavi Hernandez might do it. He's not available. Inzaghi from Inter is not available. My friend, Inzaghi is not available. Who's available at the current market that you guarantee that will this? Because okay, let me just rephrase the question. If I ask Arsenal, I'm doing the rest of the super chats and I'm responding to them, this is super chat, and I get what he's saying. And I'm just going to tell you this. Xabi Alonso, the invincible guy with Bayern Leverkusen, I know they were playing now, and I'm going to check if they won or not. Bayern Leverkusen won. I think Bayern Leverkusen finished the season invincible, if I'm not mistaken. Bayern Leverkusen finished the season invincible. But he's not available. Is he available? He's not available. Xabi Alonso is not available. And I guarantee you, there is no coach out there now available that will get with this Arsenal team. And I'm asked, if you ask Arsenal fans, any Arsenal fans that are Arteta out, Drive the conversation with them, okay? And ask them a couple of questions. And I'm going to tell you the questions, right? Number one question, ask them, do you believe, and I'm going to ask you Arsenal fans in the chat, and I'm going to do the rest of the super chats, but I want to, yes or no question from Arsenal fans and not Arsenal fans. And I'm going to ask you guys, simple question, yes or no. Okay? Do you believe Arsenal will be better next season or worse than this season with Mikel Arteta? Yes, I'm looking at the chat. Sean, I'm gonna come to your super chat, Sean, since you're the one who's discussing it with me. Guys, yes or no now? Answer me. Do you think Arsenal will get better next season or worse? Yes or no with Mikel Arteta? And please, rivals, be objective a little bit. If you're a rival fan with a Liverpool or Chelsea, I'm trying to have a conversation, right? I'm trying to have a conversation. I'm not trying banter. We'll do banter. We have a show in 3 hours. We'll have Mo Salah. We'll have Jamie. We'll have Martin. We'll have. Right? If Arsenal, Husam, answer me, Husam. Will Arsenal get better next season with Arteta or not than this season? We don't see the future, but what are we expecting? Oh, Husam is telling me صوتي راح. Oh, this is bad. Is my voice gone now when I'm screaming? Oh, this is bullshit. Based on the links they have, they're linked to Kimmich, they're links to De Jong, they're links to Cisco. Based on that, I think they're going to get better. I think they're going to get better, Arsenal, next season. Okay, so I'm going to do the rest of the super chats as well. Thank you so much. Craig Lee, thank you so much for being a member. Big up, like, and subscribe. Let's get to 300 likes. Let's get to 300 likes, people. Let's get to 300 likes. It's very simple. Okay. I'm going to do Sean, and then I'm going to do African Cat, Mansour, and everything, right? So what I'm hearing is we all stay put until Pep leaves. No. I believe Arteta can beat Pep. What happened this season, Sean? Football is, that's the approach. Absolutely. I never said that. Do you know what I said? I genuinely said, Sean, that be better than Pep. Be better than Pep next season. And I actually believe that Arsenal this season has been toe-to-toe with Pep. Small margins, my friend. Wallahi, I'm not knocking down Manchester City, but small margins. A referee's decision. Did you see the push they called last game? I think on Nicholas Jackson with the goal he scored. Nicholas Jackson against Brighton. And imagine if they didn't, if they chopped at the goal against Newcastle. Come on. So what I'm here approach, we should be taken. We have to win. Yes, you have to win. But there is context to it. There is context to it. There is context to it, Sean. And I believe there is no, and I'm just trying to be very objective here, Sean. There is no manager out there that is available at the current moment that will get more points than Arteta next season with this Arsenal team. I just don't see it. I don't believe it, Sean. Big up Benjamin for becoming a YouTube member. Absolutely fantastic. I appreciate you, Benjamin. Thank you so much. And I wanna just Luke Skywalker is saying, Mo, sort out your mods, bro. Timing out for nothing. Guys, if you're a mod, please don't time out people if they disagree with you. Only banter is acceptable. Everything is acceptable. Disrespect is not acceptable. But come on. Don't time out people for no reason. Thank you, Luke, for supporting the channel. Okay. Africa, W is for my guy, Africa. W is for everybody sending a super chat supporting the channel. W is, guys, driving the conversation. Fantastic conversation with you guys. I love these shows. Mo, as I said in one show, fans don't have the patience, and also a lot just banter for nothing. Yes, I told Chelsea fans to be patient with Poch. They ain't taking Arteta, miss a chance. with Poch, and they ain't taking it. Arteta miss a chance. For FA, e.g., Villa reached their goal. Arsenal has not. Yes, Arsenal has not reached their goal. However, Arsenal reached the quarterfinal of the Champions League, African Cat, right? Which is, I think, that was the goal. Arsenal challenge for the title until the last game, which is tomorrow. And by the way, a decision here, a decision there could have changed everything for them. Just small margins, decisions. A small margin, a decision here and there could have changed everything. Everything. Why do people not understanding this point? Why people don't understand this point? I actually think that Arsenal did okay, did very good this season. By the way, can I tell for everyone that is bantering Arsenal fans, I'm telling you from now, people, I'm telling you from now, a lot of you, the rival fans, said one thing: Arsenal will fall off this season. It is a flash in the pan. Arsenal will not compete. Arsenal won't win the league. You guys said that. And by the way, if I can remember correctly, the only content creator out there that I remember that said Arsenal will win the league from the beginning of the season is HUSAM. HUSAM from This Is Football. The only one that said that in the beginning. Well, the only one that said Arsenal will win the league is HUSAM. What are you doing? What are you doing? So that's the point. A lot of people did not expect Arsenal to even challenge Man City, and everyone expected Man City to win the league in the beginning of the season, especially after the signing of Kai Havertz. Mansour is saying, I think Arsenal gave way too much chances to Arsene Wenger, and Arsenal is falling for this again with Arteta. Apart from the invincible title, divorce sometimes is the best for our party. My 2 cents. Okay, thank you, Mansour. Appreciate you. But I'm gonna ask the simple question for everyone here. Is there a manager available out there that will get 90 plus points with this Arsenal squad, with the Sakas, the Odegaard? And by the way, I have to ask you guys something. Do you know that Arsenal are still pushing Man City towards the end, to the last game, with Martinelli not performing, Trossard not performing in the beginning of the season, Zinchenko falling apart, right? Thomas Partey is injured. One of their main signing, Timber, is injured all the season, and he played Kai Havertz. Bukayo Saka is not having his greatest season. Odegaard didn't have the beginning of the season very well, and still they are pushing Man City until tomorrow. And by the way, do you know you have to put context to it? Is what is one decision? Son puts the ball in the back of the net, and by the way, you bank on Son 9 times out of 10 to score that chance, and you're having here a different conversation with me. You aren't sending this, Mansour. Son puts the ball, and by the way, me saying that Son puts the ball in the back of the net is not something out of this world. It's not. It is something that is we expect all the time, that Son to score a one-on-one. Son is one of the best finishers in the Premier League. So I'm not saying put your hopes on Spurs. But you see here, have a different conversation, Mansour. Stephen, thank you, Stephen. People demanding to sack Arteta is beyond me, to be honest. Who will replace him? Big question. There is not. Thank you, Steve. Who? Who? Is Pep available? Who else is gonna get 90? Yeah, Inter are about to get 90 plus point. Is Inzaghi available? Is Zidane coming to Arsenal? So who's available now that any like, I'm gonna tell you something. When Pellegrini left Manchester City, they were bringing Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola is a successful manager that will guarantee you this. If Klopp is available tomorrow, maybe get Klopp. But maybe I actually don't like Simeone anyway. He spent a lot of money, and he won the title twice or something. So come on, Give me a break. Why? Why do you want? I think rival just want to sack Arteta for the banter. I think so. Wallahi, I think so. I wonder what people think of 115 is true. We're going to talk about this in a bit later. The 115 charges can be there, right? But is there gonna be consequences? I don't know. Are they guilty? I don't know, right? I said what I said on the football terrace, that I think Man City had the right to build their club, and I know people disagree with me. Had the right to build their club, right? And they built it. They built it. But I wanted to shift a little bit. I wanted to shift a little bit to Manchester City. Manchester City next season, and I wanted to speak first about Manchester City this season. I still believe that Manchester City this season aren't as strong or aren't as efficient as the Manchester City last season. I'm seeing it. I'm not going to go into the data. I'm not going to go into this. I'm not going to go into that. I'm going to say one thing. At the end, Manchester City this season, right, tried to find the right formula until he found it in the last like 9 games. The last 9 games. We're going to speak about Liverpool and what they expect and what they should expect next season, right? But I want to say that for all the banter that I had with you Man City fans, and it's not banter, and you guys slagging me off and saying that, Mo, why do you say we're not the same? Mo, why do you say we're not the same? Sorry, I'm bringing this and this. Why do you say? Because I believe that you're not the same as last season. I believe you're not the same. But again, that shows me how massive Pep Guardiola is. Pep Guardiola is ridiculously good. Is ridiculously good. Is ridiculously good. Is ridiculously good. Absolutely. Pep Guardiola is ridiculously good. The reason why Pep Guardiola is good, because even if Man City are in the fantastic team that they were last season, he still get results. He still wins. Right? He still wins. The guy is a genius in finding the ways to actually win the games. The system he plays is the ultimate system in football history. As far if I see, right, there's someone at the gate. Right? My point about this, my point about this is that Manchester City at the end and Pep Guardiola, I believe he is absolutely builds the perfect systems in leagues. As far as I know, listen, I didn't watch football in early 90s or 80s, but from the time better than Alex Ferguson in terms of systems. The reason why Man City, okay, and I'm gonna tell you one thing, the reason why Man City fans are confident that they're gonna win tomorrow, right? And they know that they're not gonna slip. 99% of them are confident, actually, it's because of Pep Guardiola's system, because they know that there is a way that they have been here, they have been there, and they're gonna win. They're gonna win tomorrow. There is, I think, there's 1-2% chance that West Ham get something, but this Man City team is an absolute machine, because even in not in their best seasons, which is even Nobbins, who sits here with me and say this is one of our worst seasons tactically under Pep, we're still winning the league. That is a testament to how great this Man City team. No matter what I say, no matter what I say, because I keep saying that Man City aren't the same as every season, but I believe that still Man City are one of the best under Pep Guardiola, one of the best teams to play in leagues without a shadow of a doubt. Wallahi, without a shadow of a doubt. Make sure, guys, to like. Can we get to 250 likes? We are almost at 200 likes. Almost at 200 likes. And imagine this: City's bad year is still winning the league and losing to Real Madrid by on penalties, and maybe winning the FA Cup. Maybe. But I know that people will talk about referees, and I know that you will not talk about referees. I know that a lot of people want to talk about referees, FA Cup, I'm sorry. And I know that when people want to talk about referees, yes. But I'm still looking at the games they play. They still win the games. They still win the games, the system. And I'm not looking at individual results. I'm looking at Man City going to every game, smothering oppositions tactically, right? Smothering oppositions tactically, doing this, doing that. Do you know what I mean? Winning games, finding winners, passing the ball around. We say boring, not boring. It's a system that freaking win titles. You say boring, I say boring, Osam says boring, Terry says whatever. Who says what? At the end, on the pitch, I'm talking about on the pitch. Man City have the best system I've seen in the history to win games. Now Man City have the best, the best. Just give me 1 second. Sorry, I had to tell somebody something, someone at the gate. But anyway, don't worry about it. My point about this Pep Guardiola system is that, and I'm not saying to give up, because Mr. Jurgen Klopp actually built another way of playing football that I think they got 96 points, if I'm not mistaken. The 1920 season, Liverpool got 99 points. So you can do that. There is a way to do it, right? But this Man City team are relentless. Wallahi, relentless. I don't care about how they built it. I'm talking about the football on the pitch. The charges, how they built the club, is for another day. It's for another day. Pep Guardiola takes players to the next level. Takes Bernardo Silva to the next level. Haaland to the next level. Ake, Stones. He's the one, and I promise you, he's the one who made this. Players like this. Because he builds the greatest system ever. Ever. Should people give up against him? Absolutely not. Because Jurgen Klopp, again, I'm going to say small margins changes the outcome of a season. Small margins change the outcome of a season. That's the point. Wallahi, that's the point. And football isn't like linear like this. It's not linear. But I'm going to ask a simple question in the chat for people. Should people wish for Pep Guardiola to leave, or should people ask their clubs to win against him? Yes or no, guys, in the chat. Yes or no? Make sure to hit that like button, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Come on. Come on, people. We can get to 300 likes easy on this show. Easy. Viewers in the chat are fighting each other. Should people demand them, I want win against him or leave? I actually think people should demand to win against him, because you rely on him leaving. Because I actually believe now, I'm looking at it, he's gonna leave in 2027. So should people wait? No, I don't think so. The camera needs a little bit of wiping. But anyway, I'm gonna wipe it later. But anyway, I actually believe that Pep is here to stay, and you have to win against him by, you know what, beat him in his ground. Beat Pep Guardiola at home. Beat him. Demand to win against Pep. He's not gonna get 100 points every season. You might be able to get 3 points against Pep. Arsenal already got 4 points against him. That's it. That's the thing. And I wanted to move to the last point of this show because I have a show in 3 hours. And let me just schedule something so you guys can, I can redirect to. Yeah. Liverpool, though. Liverpool. Should Liverpool fans, this is one of the things that it gets on my nerves. Should Liverpool fans demand title challenge next season or only top four? Right? Should they demand top four or should they demand top four or actually demand to challenge for the title? Can I ask everybody that question, please? I want an answer. Just type one word: top four, challenge. Top four or challenge? Can you guys answer me, please? Can you guys answer me, please? Should they demand top four or challenge? Which one? Which one? I actually believe that they should demand to challenge. Why? Why top four? Why? Why should they demand top four? Thank you so much, A1M. Why top four? Why? Challenge. They already have a team that was challenging this season. Why? Why top? Why this defeatist thing? What is? Give me 1 second. Someone sent me something. But anyway, I don't understand why Liverpool fans are being defeatist. Why? They should challenge. They definitely should challenge. A 100% Liverpool should challenge next season. The reason why the reason why is that next season Liverpool already have a team. They're gonna invest. They're gonna get players. They have Salah. They have Trent. They have Van Dijk. They have McAllister. They have Allison. Challenge, يا أخي. I thought Arne Slot is good. I thought Arne Slot is good. So challenge. Challenge. But I'm gonna actually talk about this on another show. Listen, because I don't want to make this show longer. I'm not gonna make this show longer. We spoke to Zerbi. We spoke Man City. We spoke Arsenal. I'm gonna leave this to discuss it. Next show. More officially, Tuchel worst. Tuchel, the worst Bayern Munich manager since '95. Did he lose, bro? Did he lose in the final game? They lost. Bayern Munich lost in the final game. Bayern Munich are third. Third, guys. Wallahi, this is a ridiculous. Numbers wise, not my opinion. Yes. Yeah, the thing, the number of points, the cups and everything. But anyway, listen, people. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna leave you guys. I'm gonna redirect. I have a show with a panel with Mo Salah, Martin, and everyone, right? With everyone. And I'm gonna redirect to that show. Guys, if you guys want to stay here, go like the video and turn the notification bell. You know what I mean? Turn the notification bell on for that one because it's gonna be good. You know what I mean? This is gonna be a good show. It's gonna be a very, very good show. I think he's confused, bro. I think he's confused. But anyway, just go there and hit reminder, people. Hit the reminder button on that show. It's going to be 8 p.m. UK time. We'll talk about everything there. We'll talk about tomorrow. We'll talk about Arsenal with Martin and the rest of the panel. Thank you, everybody that is being there. Don't forget to subscribe to MHF. We'll see you guys soon. And I'm out of here, people.